What's happening, everyone? Snoogans460. Wanted to make this video and make a little video different. This is a little bit of a departure from my normal gaming videos. I've been thinking about this whole recent development with the Derek Jeter and his 3,000 hit milestone, and I wanted to actually touch base on the whole fan that ended up catching the ball. I believe his name was Lopez. I've just been thinking about this a lot lately. One of the reasons why is my folks actually invited me to a Milwaukee Brewer game this past week. Didn't feel like going. Not big fan of crowds. I like baseball and everything, but not too big into, going to the stadium and just, I love playing baseball, boring to watch, but still been a big fan, and whatever. But anyhow, my mom actually ended up catching a foul ball just out of sheer luck at the game this past week. And after hearing about this whole Derek Jeter home run ball, which was, again, this milestone, pretty impressive, Derek Jeter, he's, Yankee, very well known, he's been pretty much a class act as far as, athletes go, hasn't been too much controversy surrounding the guy overall. He's, for the most part, I can't stand the Yankees, can't stand them, kind of hate them with a passion, but it is what it is. But, as a hardworking, competitive athlete, Derek Jeter definitely, I tip my hat off to the guy, kudos to him for doing what he did. But I can't help but think about this, the chances of this guy actually hitting a home run for his 3,000th hit, it's just, Hollywood couldn't have written this script better, but it all worked out. And I was actually an extra in the Mr. 3000 with Bernie Mac back in 2003 when they filmed it at Miller Park. Didn't see myself in the movie or nothing, but I don't know, I've just been thinking about this whole 3000 incident, and I kept thinking about, what if you were that lucky individual that caught that ball? Crazy to think. The chances of just being in the right place at the right time, it would definitely be fate, Bottom line is this, that guy was pretty much given, a lottery ticket pretty much fell into his lap, a couple $100,000 flying projectile landed directly in his path for him to catch it. Anyhow, I pretty much just kind of want to rant about the choice he made. And as an individual that, I thank my parents for bringing me up the right way, and my faith in the good Lord's extremely important to me, and I've always tried to do my best to do the right thing, and live in the right way, and being there for others, and making every effort to think selflessly. Like, don't get me wrong, you need to take care of yourself in this sick and twisted world, because this world will beat you to your knees, and this world, people, they don't give a shit about you. Most people, unfortunately. That's the kind of world we live in. But you definitely got to watch out for yourself. But at the same time, there's something to be said about, following your heart and looking out for others, and the whole golden rule, blah, blah, blah. But anyhow, this dude, Christian Lopez or whatever, that caught this ball, I think this guy just got. I commend the guy for doing, for following his heart and just being like a true baseball fan and wanting to meet his idol or whatever. But this guy's 23. I'm about 10 years older than this guy. I'm not saying that I'm that much more mature and experienced about life, but I've still got 10 years on the guy, and a lot changes in 10 years. And this guy, 23 years old, again, true fan, decided to say, hey, money's not the issue. Jeter worked for this. He worked hard. I just want to give the guy his ball back, blah, blah, blah. But the more I think about the choice that this guy made to give the ball back, the more I truly believe he's going to end up regretting that decision down the line. I mean, don't get me wrong, the guy obviously has a heart of gold, and hopefully life will be good to him, and karma, whatever, he'll be blessed in his future endeavors. But life's a bitch at the same time, and reality is a different story. And the whole kind of played out like this. He caught the ball, just out of the blue, caught the ball out of all those thousands of people there. Home run nonetheless for this 3,000 hit. Caught this ball. I can only imagine that, Yankee security and all that pretty much just more or less whisked the guy away, like that before you knew it. And, they probably, I believe this guy just probably got caught up in the moment, kept thinking to him, everybody was probably saying, oh, congratulations, blah, blah, blah. And they probably had a bunch of people, saying, telling him kind of what to do. Like, oh, Mr. Jeter would really love it if you just give the ball back and blah, blah, blah. And, when you're put into a situation like that, you definitely need time to stop and think and and not get caught up into the whirlwind of the moment. Wow, this whole situation's been driving me nuts. Again, this guy's got a great heart, but all in all, this guy gave the ball back to Jeter. He met Jeter. Got to shake hands with him, take a few pictures. Jeter, they gave this guy partial season tickets to a Yankees game to the rest of the Yankee season for 2011. Partial season tickets, like box seats, and these are seats that they can't even get rich people to freaking buy. So they get partial season tickets. He signs a few balls and bats and blah blah blah. And, all in all, this stuff, worth quite a bit. They're saying between 30 to 50,000. But now apparently this guy has to end up. The IRS is coming after him because they, Yankees apparently they're considering it income, even though I don't know if it was a gift or I don't know how it all went, but most likely this dude's gonna end up paying an extra 14 grand or so to the IRS in taxes for all the items he received. Instead of holding out for a payout and taking some time to think about it, talking to some family members, an accountant, a lawyer. This guy, 23 years old, he kept thinking to myself, well, I just want to know my favorite baseball player or whatever. And